My presentation is on John Bowlby and his attachment theory. Who is John Bowlby? He was a psychiatrist and a psychoanalyst who was born in the early 1900s and died in 1990. What is his attachment theory? His theory goes off the idea that it is a human instinct to connect with others. He believes that every child is born programmed to connect with others, and that's why a main attachment figure, like a parent, guardian, specifically a mother, is needed. There can be severe consequences without this high-performing attachment figure. These are the 5 main points to Bowlby's theory. The first is that every child has the need to connect or bond with a main attachment figure. According to Bowlby, children need a primary figure, typically the mother, to help them feel safe. He theorized that without this bond, a child can grow up to be a psychopathic adult. The second point is that every child needs to receive continuous attention from the most important attachment figure in the early stages of life. Bowlby believed that the primary figure should be very active and caring, especially during the first 24 months of a child's life. He believed that even sending your child to daycare during this stage could drastically change them. The third point is that affectionless psychopathy occurs when attachment is disrupted. He proposed 5 potential outcomes if there was a disruption. The first being increased levels of aggression, the second, a higher risk of depression, the third, delinquency, the fourth, reduced intelligence levels, and lastly, affectionless relationships. Separation from a primary attachment figure creates immediate stress. There are 3 stages to this distress. Stage 1 is protesting when the child is screaming, crying, or visibly upset about the absence of the main figure. Stage 2 is despair, which a child appears to calm down but is internalizing the emotions. And lastly, stage 3, which is detachment, where the child begins to engage in their environment again and play with other slight attachments. And the last main point to his theory is every child uses their attachment relationships to develop an internal working model. The internal working model is a cognitive idea that revolves around understanding. The main attachment figure acts as a guide for future relationships through this internal work model. With Bowlby's theory, he has predicted 3 basic outcomes. Those that experience positive attention and love from their primary attachment figure feel secure. Children who feel rejected or unloved by their primary attachment figure will display avoidant behaviors, and children who feel confused or have anger triggered by their primary attachment figures will become resistant. This carries over into the older ages of childhood and even through adulthood, and is shown through various behaviors and actions. The last slide is the classroom application with this theory. Because this theory revolves around the early stages of childhood and the connection with the primary figure in their life, the best way to use this theory is to apply it to a student who you notice is having problems, so you can understand them and aid them in the best way possible. By noticing certain behaviors and actions and keeping this theory in mind, you can help them have a better understanding of themselves and relationships. This is my references. Thank you.